friends, welcome back to the basement. Today's video is not about a 45. Today's video is about a German 9mm Luger pistol. Now right from the get-go, some of you obvious might notice that the finish on this is less than perfect, but I am less than perfect, and with that said, I can live with that. This is a 1938 S42 German Luger. All numbers matching and fully functioning. It has a wooden end magazine, which you probably can't barely see. We'll get a close-up on that later. It had nickel plating on it at one time. Obviously it does not now, but if you were from 1938 you probably wouldn't look this good either. So thumb safety. But you might be saying to yourself, this couldn't have actually looked worse than that, but it actually did. It was basically seized solid and was mostly rusted on the outside. So it had to be taken apart and put in an ultrasonic and coated in CLP a few times, and had a bore brush ran through the barrel with a bunch of CLP and a little bit of scrubbing and brushwork, and it came to what it is now. I have before pictures of it, but they're only pictures, so they'll probably come at the end. So I noticed that there's still some rust creeping out from a couple of the hinges and a couple little other areas here and there. So I figured I'd go ahead and disassemble this on a video and upload it for everybody else to see, since this pistol hasn't seen the light of the day excuse me, the light of day since probably the 1970s, if I had to guess, judging by where it was found. So with that being said, let's take her apart. Now I'm just going to do this on the fly. Don't expect this to happen like, you know, textbook, but I've looked up videos on YouTube, of course, on how other people disassemble these, and basically doesn't appear that there's a right way. So I'm going to do it my way, and if you don't like it, sue me. People are probably already screaming at their laptop now, or computer, or cell phone, or whatever, at just the general condition of this gun as it is anyway, but moving on. I like to leave the magazine inserted, empty of course. If there was a round in battery, this little flag would be up, and I can't push it up, but it says geladen, which is obviously German. So we're going to go ahead and cock it, and we're going to drop this takedown lever, pull it up and out. This did not fall off the first time I disassembled it because it was so rusty. Yes, we will get close-ups of all of the parts after I get this all disassembled. So we got the plate, side trigger cover, takedown pin, the trigger itself, which is also stamped with the number. So now what I'm going to do is remove the magazine, because that's what's holding the bolt open, or bolt carrier. I'm going to slowly release the action. Separate the top half from the bottom half. Yes, I took the pistol grips off before I put it in the ultrasonic. Don't freak out. They are wood. They are not numbered. I don't think these are the original grips because of their fit and finish, but then again, in 1938 they were probably gearing up, and fit and finish was the last thing on their mind. So, moving on. So you can see it's still got a pretty liberal amount of CLP on it. So now what you want to do is kick it up about half like that. You can push the pin from the back if it's a little stuck. Gently persuade it to come out. This is also marked with the last 2 digits of the serial. And now this is sprung a little bit, and it has to go up over this bump. So you can't just pull it straight back, you got to pull up and back. You'll see the firing pin and bolt. And that's pretty much it. A lot of the rust I saw was coming out from in here and in here, so I'm just going to like let all of this soak in a bath a little bit more, and then I'll just work it out, dry it with a Q-tip. If you, I don't know if you can see, zoom in a little maybe. Could that possibly happen? Yeah, you probably can't really see it, but anyway, like, yeah, right there is all like still rust coming out and stuff. I believe this is I don't know if this is just a chamber loaded indicator, if this is also part of the extraction mechanism, but this was frozen solid. You can see how really pitted it is from how badly it was rusted. Also, you can see here under the trigger all of the pitting. Really, I mean, why even get this, you know, replated? It's gonna look like a plated turd. So honestly, I'm never gonna get rid of the thing anyway. I found it. I've always wanted one, and you know, there's no point in even putting a dollar value on it or trying to make it look pretty. All the rust is off of it, and that's what really matters to me. I'm gonna have fun with it. Maybe shoot it once, twice a year. It'll probably just be a safe queen, even though it's more of a trash queen. Anyway, so yeah, I'll try to get the camera respectably zoomed in, and I'll show you all the different serial numbers that I see on here. There's probably more. I wouldn't doubt it, but this one is all numbers matching, and I'm proud of that, so I'm going to show it off. So, we'll be right back. Alright, so if the focus will stay in focus, you see right here the serial is 4052. It's made in 1938. You can see it does have some stamps. It's an eagle with the number, I'm sorry, I forgot. It's either a number or letters. I apologize. I looked up the stamp markings, but I don't remember what they are. But you see the proof mark here and here match. Also under the barrel has the matching serial number. Let me get my big finger out of the way. Has a matching serial number. It also says 8.82 on there. Don't know what that means. You can see that there's a barrel alignment mark from their tooling on here. Some other stamp numbers as well. I don't know what all that is. While we're here, you can see also the front sight blade. Where's my screwdriver here? Has a an alignment mark as well. So here on the bolt, let me put that down. You can see right here, there's the number 52. Right here, oops. There's the number 52. Still a little rusty in here as well along these runners and stuff. It really does need to be cleaned up a lot more, but considering in the condition that I found it in, this thing is in pretty good shape. Luckily the internals weren't too bad, but all of this knurling was really rusty. I'm surprised it came back the way it did. But here you go. Okay. Next we have the trigger, and its number is There's a lot of CLP on there. You can see right there. 52. This is the takedown lever. I believe that's what it's called. Somebody correct me, because I know you will. You see it's got the number 52 on it. Again, right, I mean there was a big spot of rust, like it was pretty bad. So it's not perfect, but you can just make out the 5. This is the hinge pin for the action, and you can see the 52 right there. There's a side plate cover, 52. Take a look inside of there as well. This was just about frozen solid. It was rust jacked into place, just about, but it's fine now. Get a close-up of the magazine while we're here. It's not perfect, but again, it's wood and it's from the late 1930s or maybe even earlier. I don't know. The magazine doesn't have any numbers or any identifying marks on it that I can tell. Yeah, that's not a mark. Sorry. So, okay, and here's the actual gun itself. Now this is the safety. This see, it says geschert. When you put it into fire, the safety goes away, and that blocks. Oops. And that blocks the side plate from being pushed by the trigger. You can see there as well, there's a 52. I don't know if I showed that before. There's probably another marking that I'm missing somewhere, but I mean they're everywhere. Anyway, back to the lower receiver group here. I guess if you can call it that. Sorry, this is awful. The detents are pretty good, but this was rust jacked in just about into place. I could just barely get it to function, but you can tell by all. Oops, sorry. You can tell by all of the pitting on here that it was left like laying on its side. So, but we'll give you some close-up action of the pistol grip. Give her a quick flip. See this side, the pitting is pretty bad. I wouldn't even try to fix this. I think it's beautiful the way it is. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have left some of the rust patina on it, but CLP just eats rust alive pretty much, and just, you know, we can't be having that anyway. Rust just spreads. It's like cancer for metal, and this quote-unquote Rheinmetall is not going to deteriorate any further as long as I can help it. I don't know if you can see down in here some more markings. Sorry, I apologize for my lighting. It's just a crappy desk lamp. We are not high-tech here in the basement. You can see all the tool markings on both sides. Must have been made in a hurry. Guess they couldn't do their finishing steps, but it's alright. So that pretty much wraps it up. Zoom out here, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna let this soak in some CLP a little bit more before I reassemble it, because it does still, it is, well, I guess you could use the term bleeding rust. You can see down here in the trigger, well, maybe not, no, of course you can't. It's still rusty in there as well, and I just want to get everything copacetic before I put it back together. But definitely a great find, and I'm proud to own it. even though its history isn't exactly glorious, they are sought after. And I'm sure a nickel-plated Luger in 1938 was not cheap. So whoever owned this at the time was probably a baller. You can see some rust bleeding out of the mag button here. This was pretty much frozen solid. The first thing I tried to do was eject the magazine from it, and it was solid in there. So I thought it was fake. And it might still be fake. I mean, I don't know. It could be a Chinese knockoff. I'll never know. I don't care. But that's my 1938 Luger S42. Thanks for watching.